Hello and welcome back to the Nourishment Co. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so glad that you're here to practice some grounded Pilates together. I am coming to you from Nipaluna, Hobart in Lutruwita, Tasmania, the traditional home of the Muwina and Palawa people. And I'm so glad that you're able to experience this incredible spot that I've found. Just a little walk out of Hobart. Hobart is just down there. Kunanyi, Mount Wellington, is just up here. There is snow on the mountain and it is quite a balmy 7 degrees. Got a couple of layers on, but let's get moving. Let's get straight into it. Anything you need to stop, reset, rewatch, pause, rewind, do all of that. Otherwise, let's get moving. Grounded Pilates. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see my roll down. Take a big deep breath in, stand tall, and then breathe out fully. Just feel the grounding through the four corners of your feet, a softness in your knees, a balance at the hip. Keep that breath going, deep breaths. Lengthening through spine, dropping shoulders down behind you, lengthening through the neck. Notice the arms and fingers are long and strong. Take one more big deep breath in. This time as you exhale, chin to chest, we are going to roll down vertebra by vertebra, lengthening out through the back of the body and allowing the arms and the head to drop. Take a big deep breath in at the bottom, and then as you exhale, roll straight back up to standing. Now you might see me not dropping my head so much, and it's just because of the microphone, all right? So you allow your head and neck to move as much as you need to. And yeah, I'll just be mindful of screaming into the microphone. A couple of big shoulder rolls here, big ones. Keep the knees soft. Give me two more, rolling backwards. Take another big deep breath in, stand tall. Chin to chest, we roll down again, grounding through the four corners of the feet, softening at the knees, and again allowing the back body to lengthen and soften. Big breath down the bottom. Exhale as you press into the feet, press into the mat, press into the earth. Feel that grounding, standing tall, big shoulder rolls. Let's go forwards this time. Let's do the opposite direction. Big shoulder rolls forward. If I wish you could see what I'm looking at right now. Hobart is right down there. I can see the water. I can feel the freshness of that breeze coming off the mountain. It's cool. Big breath. Chin to chest, roll down again. So we're going to do a couple more of these. We're just going to add on a few different movements as we come to standing. Roll straight back up to standing, pressing into the mat. Notice that the tempo is picked up a little. Let's open a window here. So bring the arms up in front of you, elbows towards shoulder height. Inhale as we open up the heart. Right. Lifting chin, maybe the eyes towards this beautiful blue sky. And then as we exhale, curl everything in. And you're going to drop your chin closer to your chest and make a little C shape in the spine. Inhale as we open up the arms, open up the window. And then as we exhale, closing the window, squeezing arms together. A couple more. Inhale, big breath. So notice the shape of the spine. Exhale. Good. One more like that. Big breath in. And exhale. Good. Inhale. This time reach both arms up. Big breath in. Give me some big opposite circles. Let's get straight into the arms and shoulders. Take the arms to the top and then change direction. Opposite circles the other way. And if that feels a little challenging for you right now, notice your neurological system light up. Take both arms up. Big breath. Good. Drop the arms. Drop the chin. Let's roll down again. Whew, that feels a bit nicer. Getting some more circulation through my body. Roll straight back up on an exhale breath. All right, let's bend at the knee. So stay nice and tall. Hands can come to hip. And we bend at the knee. Notice the knees come forward. Spine stays nice and tall. Good, stand. I'm going to give you the option here for some tempo. If you need to take it a little slower, totally cool. Now notice the heels aren't lifting, right? I feel restricted in this bend around the ankle, especially through the front of my ankle. But you might be feeling that. Could be anywhere, really. But front or back of ankle usually is the point where it's like, can't go any further, right? If I wanted to go further, I'd either need to lift the heels or take the hips back into a squat. But we're not doing that right now, just a knee bend. Go take a couple more here. warming up into especially the fronts of the legs, but definitely getting into the feet and the ankles. Good. Let's roll down again. Big breath. Chin, chest rolling down, hugging front body towards the back body, feeling that warmth through the front body, which is feeling nice for me now in this cool weather. Let's roll straight back up. Let's change that little knee bend into a prancer. So again, standing tall, hands can be on hips. Lift one heel, stand. Lift other heel, stand. Right? So you're lifting the heel, bending the knees. Again, staying nice and tall in the spine. Notice we're not moving forwards or backwards. Right? We come straight down, lifting a heel, straight down as we lift the heel. Those that want a little more, I'll give you the option here to alternate a little more quickly. And if that's too much, just bring it back. Couple more. Now I'm feeling some heat in the body. This is nice. This is nice. Couple more. Good work. Come to stand. Big breath. Chin, chest, roll down vertebra by vertebra. Hugging front belly, lengthening back body. All right, let's bring it down to the knees. Knees grounded, feet either untucked or tucked, toes I should say, either tucked or untucked. Reaching arms forward, let's take a hinge. So warming up a little more through the front of the thighs. Notice how the front of the body we're keeping strong and warm, right? Feeling that especially as we lean back. Arms out in front of you to counterbalance that weight. And feel that strength coming from the front of your thighs, especially to pull you back up to kneeling. Couple more here. Whew. That elevates heart rate, warmth, breath. Such a beautiful exercise. I absolutely love hinge. Couple more. Remember, you're just taking it to the depth that you can manage, right? You want to feel like you can come up in a way that feels strong, steady, grounded. Good, one more here. Alrighty, bring the hands down. Let's take up stretch or inverted V, downward facing dog, however you want to call it. We'll pedal out the heels, bending knees, moving hips. Create as much movement as you need to. Oh, I need to get into that outer side of my left hip here. I want to do that the same on the other side, but you're just creating whatever movement you need to get into the legs, hips, and back of the body again. Take another breath here. Alrighty. Press back, lift hips, ground knuckles and fingertips. Take a big breath here. Breathe out fully. Step to the front of your mat. And then let's roll up to standing again. Let's take both arms up, big breath in. Good. Interlace behind you. Open heart, soften knees. Open up through the front of the body. And again, looking at that beautiful blue sky right now. Good, interlace in front of you. Round through the upper back. Turn the palms towards the front. That's it, opening up through the palms and forearms. Opening up through the back of the body, spreading the shoulder blades. Good, let's come back to standing. We're going to take a reverse lunge, create a little bit more heat in the body before we come down to the mat. I'm keeping my right foot towards the front. Hands can come back to hips again. Step left leg back. Come forward to standing. Step right foot back. So we're going to alternate this reverse lunge. Now notice the depth of this lunge here. I'm coming all the way down to the mat. But your lunge could be here. Right? Smaller bend. Yours could also be a lot slower if you need it to be slower. Or of course, quicker if you need a little more heat. This is feeling about right for me. All right, we are going to add on. Now at any point, remember, you need to just come back to this reverse lunge. You need to take a little break, totally cool, but we are gonna add on. Let's just do a couple more. I want you to land with the right foot forward, left leg back. Find the bend in the back knee, find the bend in the front knee, find a place somewhere between here and maybe all the way down here. Find your middle ground and then hold the lunge. So notice the static hold. Notice what that does to the muscles in the legs. What sensation is here now. And notice what that does to the chatter in your mind as we hold. And maybe we switch that language into words like, I can do this. I'm resilient. I'm steady. I know that this uncomfy feeling is temporary. Take a big breath here. Reach both arms up. Twist towards your right. So you're going to twist over that front leg. Left hand comes to the outside of the right knee, right hand behind you as we take this twist. Keeping spine tall, reaching crown to sky. Take a big deep breath here. Breathe out fully. Bring it back to center. Hands could come to heart, or if you prefer, hands on hips. And then we pulse. Now the sun has just popped up or popped through the clouds there, right at the time when I can feel so much heat in my legs right now. They are shaking a little bit, and it just feels so good. Right? That uncomfiness, that heat from both the sun and my legs. Perfect timing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work. Come to standing at the front of your mat. Give the legs a little shake if you need to. Remembering, you're changing this whenever you need to. You're resting when you need. Let's take the left leg back. Find the top part of your lunge. Find the middle, or the bottom, I should say. And then find that middle ground where you feel you can hold. My hands have come back to hips, but you can take the hands wherever they need to be. Notice the hold. What happens when you're asked to be in stillness? It's challenging, right? Our lives teach us that, our culture teaches us that we need to keep moving, always. Stay productive, burn more, produce more. But what happens when you're asked just to be really still? And if that feels really uncomfortable, a little foreign, normal and natural. And that's why we practice this. To set focus, to literally create a sense of stillness, and to try and get comfortable in this uncomfortable stillness. Good. Did we take the arms up? I think we did. Big breath in. Let's twist. I'm going to twist towards you now, over my left leg. Right hand is coming to my left knee, left hand towards the small of my back. And I use my hands to gently rotate a little bit further. Look at that sunshine. I'm so lucky right now. It's warming my bones. Big breath here. Breathe out fully. I'm changing my hand position for the pulse, and I'm bending in the back knee, bending in the front knee. Small pulse. Just to really feel a deep sensation in both thighs right now, especially through the fronts. I'm getting a little bit of action here. I want to try and create more action here. I might even just use my palm to get some feedback for this area. And I want to feel that part of my body pushing back into my palm. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now very carefully, we're going to bring the back knee down. Hands can come down on the inside of that left foot. Option to take the back knee further back for the world's greatest stretch. This feels so good. Now, if you need your hands elevated on something, you might have some books at home that you could use instead of blocks. But we're not going to be here for a long time. And if you just want to change it, bring the back knee a little bit closer and it might give you a little bit more space. All right, big breath here. All right, we're going to revolve it. I'm going to take left arm up. I'm choosing to lift the back knee here and take my left arm up to the sky. Another twist, putting a little bit of heat back in the legs. Hand back down. I'm going to take my hand to the outside of that left foot now. untuck back toes, and I'm just going to floss the hips here, forwards and backwards. So really focusing on the movement coming from the hip, and that's going to bring a little release into all of those muscles that I just worked and really put a lot of warmth and heat into. Last one. Alrighty, let's do the same on the other side. Inverted V to change it up. Press back, maybe pedal for a moment. Bring the left foot forward. Drop the back knee. Hands come to the inside of the right foot, and we take this deep lunge. All right, take right arm up. I'm choosing to lift the back knee, big twist. And again, looking into that beautiful sky. I hope sometimes you're able to practice with me also outside. Being able to look out into the sky here is just super well-being, super nourishment. Hashtag the Nourishment Co. All right, hand to the outside, and I'm just going to again create that flossing movement between the front of my hip and the back of my right leg. Hands could be on the floor here if you need to. Couple more. Good. All right, I'm going to turn and face you. We are going to work long ways on our mat. Let's head out towards the left first. So left knee is staying down, left hand down to the mat. Right leg reaches out towards the other end of the mat. Back toes could be tucked or untucked, all right, whatever feels better for you. Try and bring the hip forward and reach right arm to sky. Big breath here. Breathe out. All right, we're going to push back up to kneeling. So you're going to use this left hand, right, push yourself, come up and over, reach on an exhale. Good, let's inhale as we come through to ceiling and sky. Exhale, hand comes down. Option here, lift the leg. Reach all the way up and over. Big side stretch through that right side body. Bring yourself straight back up, side stretch through left side body. Good. Now we can alternate between the two. I'll leave it with you to take whatever tempo that you need. And also option, if you need to keep the long leg down, keep it down, right? It's just an option to lift if you want to take it a little further. So I am going to keep lifting the leg. Remembering you can keep it down if you like. Couple more. I hope you're getting some of these beautiful bird sounds that I'm hearing as well. All right, next one. Let's do our best to stay. Good. Now I'm going to give you this option. Lift the top leg. Well, that sun is right into my face, warming me. Okay, top leg. Pull knee towards elbow. Pull, extend. Pull and extend. So pull in, hug everything towards the center, and then reach away, taking up as much space in your room or world that you can. Pull it in, reach it out. Option here, a little bit of tempo. 3 more. Reach, big breath, and then bring it down. Bring yourself back up to kneeling. Let's swap sides. So right knee coming down, left leg heading out. Take your arms out, reach up and over. Big side stretch. Remember, top leg, option to lift or keep it down. Bring yourself straight back up, reach other side. Exhale. Inhale through center. Exhale, sweep and reach. Inhale. Reach, exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale, reach. Big breath. In. Couple more. And we've got some black cockatoos. 1 more. All right, this time can we stay? Reach, take up as much space in your world as you can. And that's a good mantra for this week, huh? Take up as much space in this world as you can. Knee to elbow. Pull it in, center body, heat, warmth, reach and open. Lightness, softness. Hug it in, firmness, reach, length. Go. Tempo, completely yours. Let's do 4. 2 more. Last one. Good. Reach, reach, reach. Take up space. Bring yourself back up to kneeling. Release the legs. I'm going back long ways with the mat again. Couple of hinge here. Get back into the front of the legs. Back into the front of the body. 2 more. Notice your edge. Whew, that is an edge. 1 more. Can you notice your edge? Good work. Take a seat. All right, let's take the feet towards the corners of the mat. Spine stretch. Sitting up tall. Big breath in. As you exhale, curl through the spine, reach between the feet. Inhale as you roll back up to a seat, and we do the same. Curl through the spine, reach through the feet. Good. If you want to come with me, make it a little bit more dynamic. Exhale. Exhale. Last one. Good work. Roll yourself up to a seat. We are going to come down into bridge. So again, staying with those strong muscles in our legs. Knees about hip distance, feet hip distance. I can touch my ankles with my fingertips. Press into the mat with your strong arms. Take an inhale here at the mat. As you exhale, pick up the hips. Roll yourself like a wave up into bridge. Take an inhale here at the top, just making sure my mic is still in the right place. Exhale as you roll straight back down to the mat. As the tailbone touches, take an inhale breath. As you exhale, roll straight back up. Inhale at the top. Exhale as you roll back down. Good. Couple more here. Now this is your option, right? So you're going to continue to practice bridge, right? Moving the spine super mindfully, right? Feeling that control as you lift, inhaling, filling up at the top, and then exhaling again, using the control of your muscles, both front and back of body, to lay the spine back down. Right, so we're really looking at being able to mindfully move the spine. Good, and it should almost feel, for me, it just feels like a nice little massage of the spine as I come up and down. Definitely feeling front of body to control and also back of body in both directions. All right, to add a little more, bring your hips back up to the top part of your bridge. Option here, reach arms up and over, lengthening. Hopefully my microphone doesn't end up in my throat. And then bringing the arms all the way back up, back to the mat, support, roll yourself back down to the mat. Good. Rolling yourself back up into your bridge. Holding the bridge at the top, reaching the arms, taking that support away, up and over the head towards the floor behind you, then reaching the arms back up to the sky, pressing the arms back down into the mat, and then rolling yourself back down. Good, we're going to do a couple more of those. So I want you to notice the difference as you take that support away from the floor, reaching up into the sky, and then reaching it up and over the head. What happens at the shoulders, the neck, the shoulder blades, as you try and continue to press them down into the mat, reaching both arms up, bringing the arms down, pressing into the mat and rolling yourself back down to bridge. Let's do just one more of those. So you're taking both arms up, guys. I'm just holding my mic as I talk through this movement, just so you don't lose me. Arms come up and over, pressing down into the mat or the floor behind you, reaching the arm to the sky, bringing the arm down, press into the mat, and then roll your hips back down to the mat. Beautiful work. Bring the knees up. Give yourself a little hug. Let's change this up a little bit. Bring the feet back down. Realign, hip distance, fingertips touching ankles. Roll yourself straight back up into your bridge. Now remember, guys, your option here is just to stay or continue to practice rolling up and down in your bridge. Option, you're going to bend at the hip about a quarter of the way down, then lift and squeeze. Right, so bend at the hip, go about a quarter, so it's not a long way down, then lift, press. Now as you press through the back of the body, I want you to feel this hugging through the front of the thighs as well as through the front of your body. Right, so there's this lifting as you press, but this hugging down from the sky, down towards the floor at the same time. Right, so let's do that together. Slight bend. Then as you press up, you've got just as much hugging down as you do pressing up. Right, so there's this counter activity as we lift and hug. Good. Now, if you've got that complementary activity between front and back body, then your option here is to make this pulse, as I'm doing now, a little quicker. Lift, 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 right? But there is so much happening between my kneecaps to my belly button, the back of my knees right up to the lower part of my back. Everything is working all at the same time. We'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, if you can stay with me, stay with me. If you need a break, take the break. Heels, lift, then drop. Both heels, same time, lift, and then drop. Heels, lift, and drop. Lift, drop. Continue. Now again, if you need the rest, take it. This is a la carte menu, right? You choose what you want to take, you leave the rest. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work. Roll yourself back down. I am now feeling so much sensation through the lower part of my body. Give the knees a hug. Gentle rock and roll. All right, let's get into some abdominal work. Bring the feet back down. Very similar place, right? Knees, I'm going to keep them hip distance, but if the knees need to be together, if that helps you to feel strong and steady, you keep the knees together. Let's reach both arms up to the sky. Big breath. As we exhale, curl forward, bringing head, neck, shoulders up off the mat, reaching the arms parallel with the floor, reaching the fingertips to the opposite side of your space. Inhale as you roll back down, reaching arms to sky. Exhale, curl forward again. Let's try and keep this tempo, but if you need to keep it a little slower, cool. Again, a little faster, also cool. As long as we're controlled, right? We know what is happening. There is no momentum, right? Notice I'm not flicking myself up to a seat. Notice I'm not even thinking about coming up to a seat. I'm curling, lifting head, neck, and shoulders. Shoulder blades just coming up off the mat. Right, but that's taking quite a bit of action through the front of my body. Definitely feeling some warmth here already. We're going to do 3 more and we'll take a mini little break. Good, 2 more here. Exhale to curl and reach. Inhale to lie back down. Last one, exhale, curl, reach, and then bring it back down. Good. Option here, windscreen wiper the knees. Option, butterfly with the legs. Maybe hands on belly. Take a couple of breaths. Whatever helps you to release, recenter, and re-find your breath. 1 more big breath. Breathe out. Good. Bring knees back to hip distance or together, your choice, feet flat on the floor. Now we are going to go into hundreds today. Now we're not going to do 100, all right? We're going to do about 50. We're going to get about halfway to hundreds. But I want us to focus on the movement and potentially putting some attention on the breath. Reach both arms up. Exhale, abdominal curl. This time we're going to stay. Reaching the arms, again, parallel with the floor, fingertips reaching in the opposite direction. Good. Pump the arms. We breathe in, breathe out. Turn the palms up and breathe out. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Two more. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, and rest. Options: windscreen wiper, butterfly, or maybe a hug of the knees towards your chest. Well done for hundreds. We have not done that much at the Nourishment Co before. We have plenty of time to keep practicing hundreds. Take a big breath. Breathe out. All right, bring feet back onto the floor. Let's put a little bit of attention now into legs. So find hips grounded into mat. Now find this place where the spine is lifted right up into the sky, and then press the spine down into the mat and notice how that kind of almost hollows out and hugs the front of the body. And then lift the spine up into the sky, notice the chest lift, and then press the spine down into the mat, feel the front of the body working. Now do that a couple more times. Now I want you to find that place where the spine is fairly flat against the mat, right? And I want you to feel quite a strong hug through the front of the body. And I want you to do your best to maintain that, right? I want you to do your best to maintain that. Arms down by your side. Press feet into floor. Lift right leg up into tabletop, not allowing the hips or the spine to move, and then bring that foot straight back down. Again, all attention here, right? Focus from, again, belly button to hips, middle back to lower back. Put all of your attention there, and then lift one leg at a time, right? So there is no movement happening here for me through that lower part of my trunk and hips. Steady and grounded. It's taking a lot of attention, a lot of focus, a lot of work. I notice my legs aren't going too high into the sky, just up into tabletop, toes pointed, bring it back down, and then same on the other side. Good. Now if you've got this and you want to go a little further, you might choose to take both legs up and then both legs back down. Tap the floor, both legs come up. And then notice that. I notice here as my legs come down to the mat, whew, there's a lot of weight happening. There's a lot of load at my center. So if that becomes too much, go back to single leg. If you need to rest now, you can rest. We are going to do just 2 more after this, last 2. That is really working me this morning. Good, 1 more. Beautiful. Windscreen wiper, butterfly, or give the knees a hug, whatever helps you to release. Oh, there's a lovely rock here with me. All right. Single leg circle. Now we're going to take right leg up into the sky. Options here. Left leg could stay here, knee bent. Option, the left leg goes out straight. Other option, right knee is in the sky. And you can do your leg circles, right, from your knee rather than from your toes. So find your position, take right knee or right leg into sky. You're going to circle out towards the right, come down, making that edge of the circle down towards the opposite set of toes, back to the midline, flex the toes towards the shin, pull the leg back to the sky. Remembering you could be here, I'm showing you now how that would happen with the knee, back towards the midline, pull knee back to center. All right, so let's do that together. Right toes to sky. Drop the right leg towards the right, keeping left hip grounded, make the circle, come back to the midline, flex the toes, pull the foot towards the sky. So let's continue. Now, as you make these circles, can you put some attention on that left hip, right? So left hip staying perfectly grounded. So if you're finding that that left hip is rolling up into the sky as your leg moves away from the body, can you make the circle smaller or think about using the knee rather than the foot? So I want you to really keep hips steady, locked, and grounded with the floor. Good. Flex, pull, last one. Point, circle, center, flex, pull. Good. Give the leg a hug. Or the knee a hug, I should say. Good. Option, take hands behind the thigh, pull knee into chest. Option, hands behind the calf, pull leg towards chest. Option, head comes towards knee. Deepen that hamstring stretch. Oh, I've got a little shake in my leg this morning. We are working here in Nipaluna, Hobart. All right. Release, take it down, left leg. Knee option, let's go. Knee drops out towards the left, pull it back towards the midline, flex the toes to shin, pull knee up. Option, toes, reach, point, make the circle. Come to the midline, flex toes, pull to sky. Good. Now you know what you're doing with the hip, right? That right hip in particular, grounded. Now it's a beautiful movement. I'm sure you can feel your hip flexor working. Definitely helping to create this movement, working quite a lot here. Also, mobility, right? Thinking about how mobile is this hip? How long are these hamstring muscles, especially here? Pull. We'll do a couple more. Keep that right hip grounded. Right now, I've got my arms way out to my side because I know that this left side is much more tricky for me, right? Especially keeping this stability in my hips and challenging my shorter range of movement or mobility, less mobility in this left hip. All right, let's do one more. Circle, center, flex and pull. Good. Hug the knee in towards chest. If this stretches enough for you, just stay with it. Option, hamstring. Option, calf. Whew. Option, curl. We are so blessed to live in this lucky country, right? If you could see you can see most of what I've got around me right now. To be able to come up here and practice Pilates with you guys in this space, it's magical, absolutely magical. So much to be grateful for. All right, give the knees a hug, rock and roll. Now my space is very uneven, so that really challenges my rock and roll. We'll do just one more. Bring yourself up. Let's come over to all fours. All right, setting up, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale. Exhale. Again, I'm not going to drop my head so much so I don't scream into the microphone, but you drop your head, okay? Inhale, lift. Exhale, curl. Inhale, cow. And then exhale, cat. All right, let's come out into a plank on hands and knees. Now you just saw how I shifted my position. I'm trying to avoid the rocks underneath my mat. Wrists under shoulders. Now notice how my knees have gone back away from the hips, right? So I'm not directly all fours. I've shifted the knees back so they are not underneath the hips. Lengthening of the tailbone, all right? So just a gentle lengthen of the tailbone to keep this front body warm and strong. Right, front body warm and strong. To add to that front body warmth, I'm going to press down into my knuckles and fingertips, right? Gripping into this beautiful earth here to light up all of the muscles in my arms and my chest. And that has just created a much more stable and strong plank, right? As opposed to dropping into the shoulders and dropping into the belly, right? Well, that's a bit of a lazy plank. So I'm lengthening the tailbone, I'm pressing into my knuckles and fingertips, and here we are. Now, if I was to hold this for the next even just a few minutes, I would be failing, right? I would be losing it. So it's already a really strong position. So if this is enough, please stay right here. This is where you're practicing your high plank. Those that want a little more, tuck toes, lift kneecaps. Notice I did not lift my hips, and I'm not dropping my hips either, right? So again, lengthen the tailbone, pressing down into the upper body, pressing down into my knuckles and fingertips, lighting up the muscles across my chest, my center. I'm squeezing my kneecaps to light up the muscles through the front of my thighs, pressing into the balls of my feet and reaching energy out through my heels, as well as all the way up my body and out through the crown of my head. And I'm picturing that long line of energy reaching both through the crown to the heels, as well as through the back of my heart down into the earth through my hands. Big breath here. Breathe out fully. Good work. Come back to kneeling. Come up off the wrists. Reverse prayer to get out of the wrists, or maybe some rotations with the wrists. Whatever helps you to get out of your wrists. We are coming back down into that position. All right. Find it. Let's take knees. Top part of your knee plank here. We are now moving into a push-up. Now, first option, press down, feel the top of your push-up, and stay there. Option 1, you're staying in the top of your push-up. Option, bend at the elbow, take the elbow slightly back towards a 45-degree angle. Try not to drop the head, keep the head lifted, bend at the elbow, press. Bend, press. All right, so this is what we're practicing. You're going to do as many as you can in this next moment, resting when you need to, getting off the wrists when you need to. If you want to take it further, you're going to come down further, bringing chest close towards the mat and pressing back up. Again, notice you've got that length in the tailbone, and we're trying not to drop the head, right? So keeping head aligned with shoulders. Good. We're here just for another 10 seconds. Good work, guys. 5 more seconds. 1 more repetition if you're still going. Good work. Press back. Reverse prayer. Option to rotate the wrists. Good. I'm going to untuck my toes, interlace the fingers behind my back, and open up through the front of my body. Big breath. Breathe out. Big breath here. Breathe out fully. Last one. Breath out. Good. Bringing yourself back up to kneeling. I'm just coming a little bit closer to the middle of my mat. Let's take a spine twist. So opening heart, palms to the sky, elbows slightly bent. Inhale. Exhale, rotate. It doesn't matter which way you're going. Inhale through center. Exhale to the other side. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. 1 more each side. Good. Bring it back to center. Reach one arm up and over, opposite hand to hip. Side bend. Same on the other side. Side bend. Good. Let's come down, back down onto the mat into a side lying position. We're not going to spend a lot of time here, but we are going to practice our forearm plank, okay? Forearm side plank. So I've got, let's come down into the same side. So left arm down, pressing down into forearm, left elbow under left shoulder. Find that alignment. Notice my knees are already bent, right? So just set yourself up here. Attention here, attention here, attention here. So find that, right? And see how that kind of stabilizes my shoulder. I feel strong now, I feel steady. Hips down, option 1, stay right here. If that's enough, you stay. Option 2, hips lifted. All right, try your best, extend through the hip. All right, I'm just gonna shift my knees back a little bit so I can, yes, that feels better. My hips are now open towards you. Option, top leg. Option, bottom leg. Side plank. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more. Last one. Good work. Bring the knees down. Swing around to the other side. Set yourself up. Now, knowing that I'm going to come up onto my toes, I've brought my knees just a little bit further back, okay? If you know you're going to stay on hips or knees, it's okay to keep the knees a little bit further forward. Forearm, elbow, shoulder, side body, right? Feel that wrap of the rib cage. Feel that lift through the side body. Find where your hip, knee, toes, leg, top leg, side plank. Options. Press, hold, breathe. Breathe. The sun is glorious. Last breath, big one. Good work. Very good work. Bring the hips down. Bring yourself back up to a seat. Now you can be facing me long ways, sideways, doesn't really matter too much. We are going to take the legs out towards the side, and you're going to spread the legs as much as you can maintain a nice tall spine. That could also be here, and it could also be much closer to your mat. All right, so find your position. Sitting up as tall as you can, lengthen arms, take an inhale here, soar. Right hand comes to the outside of the left foot, reach, inhale. Exhale, same to the other side. In, out, in, out. Inhale, exhale, in, out. I'm gonna add a little more here. Inhale, exhale. Good. Now, if the 3 exhales is a little much, stay with 1, and you're just rotating and reaching as far as you can, right? All options welcome. Couple more. Good. Last one. Good. Bring yourself back up, bend the knees, feet come back to mat. Bring all the dirt and mud with you that you can. Take the hands back behind you, lifting heart. All right, press through the hands. There is a bend at my elbow. Press through the hands, the fingers are facing forward, and lift the heart up between the shoulders. Right, lengthen here. Now, if that's enough, I want you to stay right here. All right, so let's do that again. Press down into the mat, fingers forward, shoulders peel back, lift the heart. And again, if that is enough, stay. To take it a little, or take it a lot further, feet, ground them down, lift hips, press into feet, press into hands, eyes towards the sky. For some of you, it might feel right to drop the head back. You go for it. For me, I'm keeping my eyes straight up towards the sky. Big breath. Breathe out. One more big breath. Breath out. Bring yourself back down. Take the feet or the soles of the feet towards each other. Take a butterfly or diamond shape in the legs. Catch the ankles or the feet. Take a big breath in. Come to the front of the sit bones. Lengthen the heart. Pull the heart again through the shoulders. Maybe gently lifting the chin. Opening up through the front of the body. Big breath. And then exhale. Use the arms to dive your heart down towards the feet. I'm going to bring my hands up and over my toes. That's it. Using that grip to draw my heart down towards my heels, crown towards my feet. But again, I'm not going to go too far so I don't end up too much in the microphone. Right, but you're taking it as far as you can. If it feels nice just to butterfly the legs or maybe gently rock side to side, go for it. So I should say flutter the legs, butterfly the legs. Couple of big breaths. Big breath. Bring yourself back up to a seat. We are going to take the left foot in. Right, so left heel towards sit bone, right leg comes up and over. Now, if that's too much, I should say first, we want to keep the hips grounded, sit bones, both sit bones. So right now, if your right hip feels like it's up in the sky, I want you to take your left leg back out in front and notice how that helps to ground your sit bones. All right, otherwise, left heel is in, but our sit bones are grounded. Hug that right leg in towards you. Take right hand behind you, left arm reaches up, big breath. Exhale, twist towards the right, elbow on the outside of the knee. Use the right hand to press the heart up, turn and rotate behind. Maybe eyes follow all the way towards the back of your space. Big seated twist. Inhale. And exhale. Breath in. Breath out. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Bring yourself back to center. Unravel the legs. Hands can come back. Unravel. Right heel comes in, left leg goes over. Doing our best to ground sit bones, remembering right leg could be out straight to help with that. Left hand behind you, that's going to draw the heart up. Right arm up and over that left knee. Big twist here through center, sitting up as tall as we can, and then taking the eyes back as far as we can. Breathe fully. Breathe. One more. Good. Unravel. Bring legs out in front. You can keep the knees as bent as they need to be. Reach both arms up. Big breath. Exhale. Fold from hip, chest over thighs. Catch whatever you can catch. Now I've got my knees really bent. For some of us, that feels right. Of course, you can straighten the legs more if you want a deeper stretch here through the back of the body. And again, you would probably choose to drop the head down. Couple of breaths here. Guys, it's been so nice having you here. Coming to you from Nipaluna, Hobart, Tasmania. So glad you could join me. So glad that you're here right at the end of the class as well. Big breath here. Breathe out fully. Good. Roll yourself up to a seat. Bring the feet in. Now we are going to come to standing. So if you need to do that a little more slowly, take your time. Press into hands. Roll yourself up to standing. Reach both arms up. Good. Interlace behind you. Try and do the weird interlace, right? So move one finger across, soften the knees, open the heart. Big breath here. Oh, that feels right. Big breath out. Interlace in front. Now there's still steam coming out of my breath here, so it is still quite cold on the outside, but I am feeling so warm and toasty on the inside. And again, huge thank you for joining me for this. Good. Give the arms a shake. Give the legs a shake. We are all finished. Thank you so much for joining me on this special location shoot. Quite a bit of sun in my face, so sorry for all the squinting. But hey, we've been able to practice. We're here coming at you from Lutrawita, Tasmania, Nipaluna, Hobart. And thank you so much for joining me. I'm so stoked. If you've enjoyed this, please hit subscribe. I would appreciate it. Feel free to send this to your friends and family. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.